We're jumping into the finals.
We're jumping into our finals. Okay, the math we'll have to wait for a little while. Here we go. We are going to be kicking off our TvZ Grand Finals now on site Delta. It is going to be a best of 5, so keep that in mind when we throw down our predictions. Keep the math in mind as well when you make your wager during the predictions. I will kick it off on site Delta over here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right. We have our red Terran player coming down all the way from the land of France, but playing in Korea right now as he is in that boot camp. Representing Team Liquid, we have Clem.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Talon Esports. It is Dark.
Nish saying what we're all thinking.
I graduated not to deal with math.
I was done with math.
Oh no. The math, it never leaves, it never goes away, as Clem is going for 2-Rax Reaper.
A little bit of a Byung build.
Yeah, we go. I mean, Clem is in Korea, so is going to be embracing that Byung opener here. Now, the goal of this build is to rush out with Reapers, is to ideally delay the third base to contain the Zerg player, and to maybe even get a drone kill as well. We'll see how Dark does respond as the Overlord is on the way.
Just like so. I'm liking this from Clem. I mean, he knows that ping's not going to be as much of a factor, so he might as well get his fill while he can.
Exactly, as the Reapers are going to be on the horizon. Now, this is not an all-in. Again, we're going to be expanding behind this. The first Reapers moving out, second Reapers on the way. The Overlord will eventually confirm the additional Reapers, and with that, we should be prioritizing Link speed from the side of Dark, and ideally hiding the drone as well, as we attempt to take a third.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a gambit that Dark is pulling off, but if he gets away with it, which it looks like he shall.
Yeah, we do pull the drone away, so it's going to be kept safe and sound. Reaver does dip into the natural, will dance with the Lings, and as it pivots away and checks the third base location, we should be ideally kind of luring Clem into false insecurity, thinking that there's no base. Actually, we just expand, we just take the third.
Yeah, might as well. We have the resources for it, and I mean, there's no way that Reapers are going to be able to take out a building. At least not after Wings of Liberty.
Yeah, there we go. It's only going to be 3 Reapers. Dark already does confirm the add-on on the way, so we're not getting a 4th or 5th Reaper. I say that 4th Reaper does pop out, so we're going to try and force the cancel.
Like... Okay, not quite like so.
Yeah, we're going to force it here. As Dark, he cannot save it. He was being a little bit greedy, trying to take the third base when he did, but last he will not get away with it. 4th Reaper has arrived, and we do force the cancel.
Force cancel and kill the drone. So a lot of Dark's... Well, I was going to say a lot of Dark's initial plans did fall on his face, but yeah, glad to know that he does have a fallback.
Yeah, so
with that Bane bust.
Exactly. In the end, this third base was buying time. It was distracting the Reapers, which means we don't scout. We don't know what's going on. And Dark is going for an all-in. He's going for a bust across the map. Link speed does kick in. We do try to bypass, or we're going to try and shut down these Reapers and try and deny the scouts of the Banelings. Up.
Like so, Reaper's starting to get back into a corner. Not a lot of room to kite back to anymore, and now Dark does have free reign on the map. Baneling Nest finished up a while ago, and does Clem have what he needs to defend? He's got a decent number of Marines, but yeah, it's not a very thick wall.
Well, the problem is we don't know what's going on. If we did, we'd have bunkers. We'd have bunkers, we'd have a secondary wall. Yeah. We would have so much more here, but because we are unaware, this wall is looking very vulnerable. It's looking very exposed. Banelings, they will knock down the wall, and Lings, they're going for a surround on the Marines. We pull the boys, we pull away. Up.
Yeah, Clem, he saw the Banelings rock up, and immediately he made a decision. He knows that he cannot fight this, so he pulls away. But Dark is trying to force the issue. Dark trying to force a fight.
Mate, that was insane. Yeah, that was insane target firing. We focus on every single Baneling, but Lings, they're still flooding in. The Marines have gone down. Boys are being pulled. 10, 11 workers already falling, and it looks like we have done it. We have gotten into the main base, and we are dealing critical damage.
Yeah, I think Clem probably did the best he could in this scenario, holding against all of these Lings, but unfortunately the map was not on his side. Lings managed to flood on in, and now we have a couple of Hellions out. So this should be the end of the Ling aggression. I say that, as I see more Lings and Banes in the production.
Yeah, we have another Bailey waddling in as well, headed for the mineral line. We deny mining time. That's what's important as more Lings are putting in. There's 2 Hellions to defend, and can we hold on as we are cornered? And Lings, they do get on top of those Hellions. The boys are being pulled once again. We get a big, almost a big connection here, and the Hellions, they're falling.
Left and right, and there's not a lot of... Clem cannot reproduce those Hellions since he's not mining. GG is called, and Dark gonna be taking game number 1.
GG, well played. Dark, he was so quick to respond there. Again, his answer to the 2x Reaper was to fake out a third base to buy time to distract the Reapers, to distract Clem, and catch him off guard with an all-in.
Just like so. I have to wonder how much of that was planned from the beginning from Dark, and how much of that was just a response to the 4 Reapers rocking up in his base.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we've all been there in such a scenario as a Terran player where we try to go for something a little cheeky in the early game, but yeah, suddenly don't have enough information and aren't really able to prepare for a counterattack.
Yeah, Clem, he was caught with his pants down, Papi, and with that, Clem may be deterred from playing 2x Reaper for the rest of the series.
Yeah, well, we shall see. I would be opposed to whipping out once more in the course of the series. Again, it's a best of 5, so it's going to be plenty of opportunities here, but we'll see regardless as we load into Oceanborn for our second map. And over here in the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top left, we of course have our red Terran player all the way from the land of France, but now playing from the land of Korea, which is why, in addition to his normal team, Team Liquid, he's also going to be repping Clan 0MS. 0 ping, we have Clem.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg representing Talon Esports, leading the series 1-0. It is Dark.
So we got further information here from Kuro. Since you cannot shoot, like, since bullets are a whole number, right? We have to round down. So it's not 1.7 bullets per second, it's 1 bullet per second. Which simplifies things a lot. That's a lot easier to work with. So what was it, 26 bullets in 15 seconds? Or, no, 50, wait. What was the question?
It's fine, Yaku. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Yaku. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. There's no Nexus here. There's no Protoss. We don't need to know. It's okay. There's no TVP. The Nexus can't hurt you. As we are going to be settling in for a Racked Expand. This time a standard opener out of Clem is not going to be spicing things up with the 2x Reaper, so again, he's going to be backing off from that more aggressive opener, and likewise, Dark opening up Hatch Gas Pool.
Yeah. He is unhindered for the time being, so he is feeling confident enough to go for a vertical expand?
Yeah, he's going for the linear third base. Bold move. I mean, he spots the SCV, so, I mean, there would have been a delay at the triangular third, but this is an unorthodox maneuver here by Dark, and a very difficult base to hold on to as the hatchery is going to be taken.
Huh. Alright, well, it's not a very common position for a third base. Like you mentioned, it's probably the safer option right now for Dark, at least safe in the sense that he's going to be able to get a third base in time, but it's a little bit more isolated compared to triangle third. And on Oceanborn, I don't know, I guess it still can act as a bit of a launching pad.
Yeah, I mean, the scary thing here is the ramp, right? Like, you can set up tanks here on the high ground and lay siege upon this location. Likewise, it's on the low ground. There's multiple angles of attack. It's wide open. It is going to be an interesting base here for Dark, and I'm curious if he's going to play roaches with this. It would make sense if Dark is like hyper aggressive here, to make sure that defending the third base isn't going to be a factor.
Wait, hold on, rewind for a second. Do you say you can siege up tanks by this ramp?
Yeah.
Why haven't I been doing that? I have not been doing that on this map. I should be doing that.
I mean, there's some pretty nice positions here that you can like siege up on and then like kite back to. Depending on how we approach this, we do see Clem opening up 3cc in towards a starport, and we'll see if he does embrace that. For now, Ling's dipping in. It's wreaking a bit of havoc here, just keeping Clem busy.
Yeah, forcing a little bit of lost mining time, not too much, but yeah, keeps Clem on his toes a little bit, makes it so that he's not quite able to saturate his base as quickly as he would like.
Yeah, and Dark being a little bit cheeky as Hellions move out. As the Hellions are revealed, Dark, he pulls the trigger. He's going across the map. He's going for the middle line. He wants SCV kills.
And he's going to get him. These Hellions aren't going to be home to defend. There are going to be a couple of Hellions popping up right now, but already we get a full surround of one of them.
Ooh. Hellion is surrounded. Oh, the other Hellion as well gets surrounded. Dark so quick to dive on those Hellions. Very impressive, and the Lings are wreaking havoc. SCVs are going down.
Very decisive play coming out here from Dark. Now Clem forced to pull his Hellions back home. Liberator going to be sieging up in the mineral line, but it still has a very slow attack rate. That second Rax is not going to be up for a very long time. And Dark, on top of all of that, gets 11 SCVs.
He gets 11 SCV kills. He gets 2 Hellions. He forces back the army. He scouts and he confirms the Liberator opener as well. And now we're getting ready. Now we can get ready for the Libs. We can get ready for the Hellion counterattack. There is a lot of onus, a lot of pressure on Dark as we go for another run by.
Oh man, Dark with the full vision everywhere. So decisive to pull these triggers. So active with these Lings. Once again, forcing the Hellions back home. Dark is on 43 workers. He's about to be on 54, as we have 11 drones on the way.
Yeah, he is joining up Lings. This time they're getting caught out, so Clem will get eyes on them. Again, this time the Lings didn't do much damage, but they forced back the Hellions. That's what's important. They made sure that the Hellions could not harass across the map. Spore and Queen are repositioning. Liberator has been able to siege up and will get 1 drone kill. That's an okay amount of damage here, but we were hoping for a little bit more as the Lib has to get the hell out of here. It's okay.
1. It's better. It's look 1. That's a higher number than 0.
It is. That's math.
That's math. Keep the Liberator alive. Hellions are starting to rock up, and a couple of drones did line up, so 4 more of them will fall. But Dark still has plenty of Lings. Still going to be able to clean this up.
Yeah, he shuts down the majority of these Hellions. As you mentioned, though, we do get 5 extra worker kills, so very nicely done. As a result, Clem is holding his own. Clem is getting his third base up and running on location, and we can settle into a back and forth. Honestly, Dark had some really nice pickoffs early on, but thanks to the worker kills that we just saw, Clem, he's able to keep up.
Yeah. Plus, he has mules.
There's more math in the chat.
Oh.
Should estimate the number of bullets for the total build time first, then round up. You round up because the first bullet is instant. The cooldown only starts after the first bullet.
What if I do it the other way?
What do you mean do it the other way? What's the other way?
I know you're saying that that's what I should do, but what if I round down?
What? Yeah, but why?
It's easier.
Why are you rounding down?
It's easier.
Oh, okay.
Simpler.
Okay. What if you're on move command?
Exactly. You can't fire while you move command.
What if?
But how long are you move command?
That's the question. That's the question. How long does it take for the Marines?
Also, you're saying that. Also you're saying that the first bullet is instant and the cooldown only starts afterwards. What if you start a step? All the bullets are instant. Let's assume that you start a step well. All the bullets are instant. Really, it takes 0 seconds.
What if you only start a step half well?
Oh, then that's half an instant. What's half of an instant? 0.5 bullets?
God. As we do collapse here on the Marines, Clem forced to pick up, forced to... I mean, he's at least denying creep here on the left-hand side. He's posing a threat. He's keeping a Dark busy. Liberator into the main base, still up and running, and still looking for more damage so far. 7 kills already on this Lib.
Yeah, 8 kills total, but it will get shut down. It's going to be the end of the multi-prong, but not the end of the drop. Clem's still getting quite a bit of damage done here, shipping off the link count.
Does shave it off. We drop into the main. Queens are in position. The drop is to get the hell out of here. At the same time, though, Clem is getting ready on the front lines, moving forward with another double drop. The creep so far is looking good for Dark, but a lot of the creep is being cleaned up.
Yeah, we were halfway across the map, but now we're not quite halfway.
Yeah, not quite halfway. There.
Yeah. It's like,
Living
but,
on a prayer.
yeah. Whoa. But do we round up the map or do we round down? I guess we like half. I guess we round down. Guess we're not, because we're less than half now. So really, there's no creep on the map.
What are you talking about?
Math.
Okay. As you see, Clem now taking a 4th base, still being very active with his bio-based army. Dark still trying to keep up, embracing Ling Bane Hydra, but gets caught out. Lings are being shaved off. Clem gaining ground, going towards the base and looking to deny the 5th.
Yeah, that's gonna get cancelled. Huge delay on the 5th base. Meanwhile, Dark looking to counterattack with a massive Ling run by, but we already have reinforcements.
Yeah, Clem is in position. He shuts down the counterattack, and again, he's containing Dark to 4 bases. The creep is looking solid. The creep is looking good enough to save the 3rd. Oh, sorry, to deny the 5th base. To save the 3rd, but again, we do need another expansion. We do need another base.
Yeah, and Clem ain't allowing it. He is doing a really good job of containing Dark on 4 bases right now, which is the same amount that Clem has got, which, fun fact, means that Dark has fewer bases. Because he's their player.
He does. As we do drop into the main base, Queens are going down. We get 1 queen kill. We will be able to hold pick up, and barely the medevac does escape. It's so close to going down, but does manage to get away. Clem just keeping pace here, if not setting the pace here for the game. And it's all going to pull Dark apart.
Yeah, there's some huge mine connections landing right in the heart of the Lings and the Banes. We don't actually have a lot of Hydras out right now for Dark, so yeah, having a lot of trouble keeping up with all of these medevacs.
Yeah, and Clem is gaining ground. He does take a baiting to the face. Ooh, that was a brutal connection. And with that Dark, he's barely going to be able to hold on. He's going to clean up these Widow Mines. He will force Clem back, just for a moment, though.
And just for a moment, as more Marines are on the way.
Yeah, we're playing a very bio-heavy style here from the side of Clem. Very few Widow Mines, just mainly Marines and Marauders. Trying to reinforce. Widow Mines are still in the back line, still on the way. But Clem is on 4 bases, and now he's taking a 5th. Bearing in mind that Dark is double expanding, and Dark needs a 5th, and he's soon going to be down a base if he does not get one of these up and running.
And it's a little bit of a precarious position for him right now, as he can really only send enough. He can really only split up his army effectively enough to defend one of these bases at a time.
Yes, that was a brutal trade for Dark. Nice target firing on the Banelings. Very efficient trade against the Lings as well. Clem is holding his own. The mines up!
Yeah, gonna connect on a handful of Lings. No huge Widow Mine connections, but enough to shave off this Zerg army and allow the bio army to really shine.
And the problem is that Dark cannot give up this position. If he does, the base is going to fall, and we also gain access to the 3rd base as well. As Clem is pushing through, he's gaining ground. More creep is being denied. Dark trying to set up us around, trying to dive in.
Yeah, but not quite getting it. Brilliant kiting coming out from Clem. Overseer, the absolute most important unit for him right now, for Dark right now. And now it goes down.
Yeah, Vipers have arrived. They're going to be able to parasitic bomb. They're going to be able to blind and cloud as well. We now have a better answer to these medevacs. So the Vipers will help out quite a bit. But again, can we save the base? Is the hatchery under fire? But it does get up and running.
Yeah, we're mining from it.
Oh god! Here we are mining from it.
We have a couple of Baneling connections, but I think most of them actually connected with Marauders, so not the most efficient trade.
Yeah, we do clean up a little of those Widow Mines, so a bit of a better fight there for Dark. He did end up losing one of those Vipers. The Ghosts are out. Snipes are now available, so Dark has to bear that in mind. Has to be careful when it comes to engaging. Medevacs are going to be trapped here towards the south, and Clem, for now, takes a moment to breathe. He backs off for a moment, and he will split up his army, getting ready for some multi-pronged aggression.
Yeah, which is really what Clem does best, especially on a map like Oceanborn. That gives you plenty of openings.
Ooh, as the Ghost goes down, Dark does shut down the initial push on the right-hand side, but here towards the left, Clem, he's going for the hatchery, he's going for the base, barely any creep in position.
And it really allows Clem to dive deeper and deeper and entrench himself. A lot of Widow Mines will burrow, but a lot of them are starting to fall. The Hydras show up, and Clem is forced to retreat. Meanwhile, to a Northern Force, I think, also got cleaned up.
Yeah, did get cleaned up, so Dark now has momentum on his side. He does shut down most of the harassing force, can move out across the map. Not a lot of Banelings, and that's a minefield that he's going to be running into. The Widow Mines, that they will hold the line. Instead, we avoid it. We're going for the third.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a minefield he could walk into, or he could avoid it entirely and go straight down the middle over here. We have a lot of ghosts and a lot of snipes available. The Overseer's going down left and right. That's a heavy supply block, but more importantly, yeah, that's also a denial of detection, which would be important if we actually had Widow Mines still.
Okay.
Darn it.
Yeah, Widow Mines did go down, and Dark is going to keep rallying in. He is broken free from his supply block, just barely, but still working on a very small supply. Dark, he's committed. He has to break through here and now. He does not get on top of the Ghost. The Ghost will get away, and with that, Clem holds.
It's an absolutely brutal tank volley, right on top of every single one of those Banelings. Dark, he was desperate. He knew that he had to send his Banelings to connect to the main army, but that one tank said, nah.
Yeah, and now Clem, he's snowballing out of control. He's still maxed out, has momentum on his side. Dark needs time. Dark needs Clem to back the hell off, but there's no reason to do so, as we do have to respect the Banelings. We do retreat for the time being, but Banelings are being shut down.
Left and right. These ghosts are also absolutely terrifying for these Hydras right now. More Overlords will fall. Not quite supply blocking Dark, but it's mostly because Dark doesn't have that big of an army to begin with.
Yeah, he doesn't have much supply to work with here, so Dark is in a lot of trouble. He was hyper-committed. GG gets called as the Dark has nothing left, and Clem will take game number 2.
I appreciate that Dark tapped out just as his Lurker Den finished.
Yeah, just no resources, no money to work with there. Again, Dark was basically all in. His 5th base was denied for so insanely long in that game. He had no longevity, unfortunately, in that game either. We were stuck with Lingbane Hydra, and longer it went on, better it became for Clem.
Indeed it did. And now, we're on even footing, getting in game number 2. Getting into game number 3. Look. Math.
We are getting ready for that third game here. We are tied up 1-1, and we've had some really interesting back and forth so far in this series. We had, of course, the aggression in game 1. Here in game 2, Dark, it felt like he had a stronger early game, but Clem did recover with the Liberator and Hellion Harass and was able to get a handle on things. We'll see how things differ, though, on a much more standard macro map on Alkyone.
Indeed, we shall. I'm envisioning a bit more of a late game. Well, potentially a bit more of a late game. We do know that Dark, he is quite fond of roaches on Alkyone, especially in ZBT. He is very fond of that roach timing that he utilized to take out Maru, take out Oliveira. A lot of Terran players fell.
Oh, yeah. A lot of them did fall, and now we're going to be settling into Game 3. Not quite the ace match, but we're going to determine who takes the lead in the series.
Indeed, we shall. And here we have it. Moving on to game number 3 on Alkyone, where we're here in the bottom left-hand corner map, swinging all the way. In the bottom left, we of course have our red Terran player coming down from originally the land of France, but currently playing from the land of Korea. He is, of course, going to be representing his team, Team Liquid, as well as the NA. I was going to say the NA boys, but they're not all NA boys. The team house, the Zoomer team house, if you want to call it that, over in Korea, he is Clem.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Talon Esports. It is Dark.
Here we go.
We're back.
We're so back.
Here we go. So 2x Reapers on the way for Clem. It did fall in its face in game number 1, but what I will say here about Alcyone is the rush distance by ground is longer, and this time Clem is going to be a lot more on notice when it comes to scouting the follow-up and figuring out what Dark is up to.
Yeah, if Dark even goes for that counterattack once again. Let's see, what is the distance on Alcyone?
How many Marines do you have to file in, like, foot to foot, back to back, to get from natural to natural?
200.
200 Marines?
200.
Why 200?
It looks like 200.
It looks like 200 Marines.
Yeah.
What about this looks like 200 Marines?
Oh, well, you're assuming they have to snake around. I'm assuming the rocks that get dead.
Okay, you break down the rocks? Yeah? How many?
What?
How many rocks?
How many rocks do you break down? All of them.
All the rocks.
Yeah, all of them. All...
Okay.
Wait. You assume that there are 30.
Do you knock down these? Do you go this way if you knock down these rocks?
Why would you?
I mean, you're knocking down all the rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you knock down all the rocks, but you don't have. That doesn't mean you have to have your Marines there.
Okay. So you don't have to like snake. You don't have to like stack your Marines to the rocks to bring them down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just bring them down.
Just bring them down.
Just bring them. Bring down all 240 of them.
As the third base has been taken, once again, Clem is embracing that fourth Reaper, and his goal here is to force a cancel. He's forcing a cancel on this base. Ling speed is on the way. Dark is not going for a Bailey Nest, not this time. Is droning up, is not going for an all-in as a response.
He is not. Gonna be doing something a little bit more normal. I mean, still making a lot of Lings to try to delay the third of Clem, but not going for the all-in, as you said. No bailing nest whatsoever.
Yeah, it does delay the add-ons though, so not a bad pick-off here by Dark. This will delay the reactor, this will delay Stim, as the add-ons are going to be a little bit later instead. But on the flip side, Dark is forced to expand elsewhere, and his third base is going to be quite later than he would have liked. Oh,
oh, the roaches! We're so back.
Okay, so Roach is going to be the answer here for Dark. Now, how committed, how aggressive are we going to be? I imagine this is just a safety amount of Roaches and then getting into the mid-game, but we'll see if Dark doubles down.
Yeah, we shall. I mean, Dark, he has been known, on Alcyone specifically, to go for a Roach timing. I think it's +1 timing, I believe it is. Some kind of timing that goes across the map as quickly as possible. Tries to take out the third base and then falls back, rebuilds, and then goes for the kill later down the line, but that's not the only option available to you, right? You don't have to go for an all-in just because you're making Roaches.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of Roaches. So we're making 8 Roaches. This means we are moving out. 100%. We are moving out. Lings, they knock down the rocks. They skirt around from behind. We're trying to catch out these Reapers, but alas, the Reapers will barely slip away. Now, what this means, the Reapers no longer have control of the Zonaga, which means the Reapers will not scout the Roaches.
Yeah, you'll love to see the KD8 charges being utilized like this, but the map is not on Clem's side.
Yeah, one Reaper goes down. Very nice kiting, though. Clem is trading as efficiently as possible, bleeding out another Reaper, and here we go. Roaches are moving out across the map. Lings are flooding as well. Dark is going for an all-in.
Here we go. Just because you're making Roaches doesn't mean you have to go for an all-in, but you might as well, you know?
Back at home, we're going into Banshee production. First, Banshee moves out across the map. It will not be at home to defend.
Ooh. Very worrisome here. Very worrisome here for Clem. I mean, eventually he should be able to clean this up, but we'll see how much damage Dark can actually do in the meantime. Stiv is going to be denied, which is already a massive victory here for Dark.
Yeah, Banshee is getting a lot of damage done. Spores are not ready, so drones are falling, but at the same time, Dark, he busts into the natural base. Marines, they fall back. They're going to be villain Marines. There is that one Banshee. The buzz! No! Oh my god, what am I?
Some of them going to be able to connect, but not all of them.
Oh my god.
Banshee still survives, and that's going to be able to allow Clem to eventually clean this up. We also have the other Banshee across the map taking out 11 drones, but Yeah, barely dropping the hat here for Dark compared to the 26 SCVs that are going down for
We got to surround the Marines, go down. The Banshee will clean this up, but now every single SCV is going to fall as well. Dark, he's done it. He's broken into the main base. Workers are pulling left and right, and there is just no army. There's nothing left here for Clem. He's got a third CC, but what can it really do here? He has triple mule, true, but he's going to lose so much more.
Okay, so 50 SCVs went down. Clem has 9 workers compared to 25 of Dark. Now 10 workers, so he's gonna be mining less.
it's gonna be mining less, yeah.
He's gonna be mining 50 minerals.
You know what that is? That's analysis, mate.
Yeah.
As things they keep putting across there, they get into the middle lines. We have things in the natural links and the main links at the third base as well. No mining whatsoever. Back at home, as long as we have spores and queens, we should be perfectly safe and sound. And we do not have them here at the third base location, but at the natural and the main base, we should be safe and sound. We should be secure.
3 times less with these SCVs, but when you throw the mules into production, it's only 2 times less.
Ooh, yeah. As we do pick off the Marine as well, Lings are still wreaking havoc, still denied mining time, still dead workers as we are down to 4 SCVs.
But we also have mules. Let's keep that in mind.
We do have the mule. True. So even economy.
Yeah. Right, so if we assume that mules mine 8 minerals per round, GG is called, and Dark gonna be on match point.
GG, well played. Dark does take the game, catching Clem off guard once again so far. Every time that Clem has gone for 2-Rax Reaper, every time that Clem has denied the third base, Dark, he just doubles down and goes for some kind of all-in. Game 1 was Ling Bane. Here in Game 3, we go for the Roachling.
Yeah, it's a good map for it, and Dark was definitely setting things up brilliantly for the Roachling, just chasing out those Reapers away from the Zelnaga Tower. There was one moment that we didn't really get to point out, but it was... I can't stop thinking about it. At a certain point, Clem thought that he was safe and salvaged his bunker on the low ground.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he was not safe. He was not safe in the end, and now we're on match point. As you mentioned before, Dark, one more win is all he needs. Clem has to fight back here and now to force the ace match.
Indeed. Yeah, Sim going down earlier was also brutal, as Sirius points out in the chat. Going for the low ground, well, going for the low ground Raxus like that, it's important to have a low ground wall, I think is the idea. So even though you're exposing your add-ons a little bit, it's still better than not having a wall at all.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a rationale.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine if you have map control. Unfortunately, the add-ons are delayed.
Yeah.
If you remember, and it all led to Stim being denied as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because with this build, when you're going for the Reapers like that, you're working with the assumption that you'll have map control.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're supposed to get map control, is the thing. Fortunately, it was not the case here, but now we might be seeing a different case as we spawn into Amphion. Over here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way. In the bottom left, we have our red Terran player coming out from the land of France, but playing from the land of Korea, more importantly, playing from the home of the Zoomers. Zoomer B&B, I think is what we're calling it. He is, of course, down 1 match in the series, hoping to fight back, force that ace. Representing Team Liquid, we have Clem.
He's doing it again, by the way. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Talon Esports, getting 2-Rax Reapered for the 3rd time this series. It is Dark. Do you think at this point Clem just wants to make a statement? He's like, no, I can make this work against you.
That's exactly what I think it is.
I refuse. You think I won't 2-Rax Reaper you? Mate, I'll do it again. And I'll kill you with it.
Yeah.
Boy. Meanwhile, Dark is being very safe. You don't see this often, but he is drone scouting to look for a proxy. He believes that he has broken the spirit of Clem. And it is going to be 2-Rax, but not across the map. At home.
Yeah, you don't see it too often in general, and you especially don't see it often from Dark.
Yeah. So Dark, he was almost certain that there was going to be a proxy across the map instead. Now he does confirm the 2x Reaper opener. Dark is aware, and the question becomes, how does Dark approach this now? The difference here is that there is a Reaper cliff leading right into the natural here towards the left-hand side, so it is going to be a little bit different. Reapers take a lot less time to get across the map. We'll see how Dark responds.
Like so. Couple Lings whip out, or yeah, the initial Lings are coming out, looking to dance with these Reapers, and I mean the problem is that Dark is already aware of what's coming his way, right?
He opened a gasless.
He opened a gasless?
Yeah, I just
He's
realized.
Not even gonna have speed?
Yeah, Dark, he opened gasless, which means no Ling speed, no roaches, no bathings, no nothing. That means he's stuck at home. He was being a little bit greedy here, and it does mean that Dark, he won't die. Like, he's gonna have queens. He's gonna have queens to defend, but he won't have any aggressive potential.
Okay, so yeah, very different approach to this game. I feel like I kind of like this for Dark, just because there are very few openings to get into the natural base and the main base here on Amphion, but of course, third is always going to be exposed, and the queens are not quite in position to defend against it. Now, it does finish.
Yeah, the hatchery.
So 4 Reapers should be able to take it out, but
yeah, the hatchery was thrown down earlier because of the gasless opener, so it was a little bit of a faster expansion, so it's already done. The queens are under fire. We do get 1 Reaper, but we lose a queen.
And you know what? Queens, they cost more.
They do.
All in all, a better trade for Clem.
Is a better trade for Clem so far, trading a Reaper for a Queen. Meanwhile, he maintains his position. Meanwhile, Dark is droning up. Now, because Dark opened gasless, this should be leading to Roach play. Should be Roach Ravager in the mid game. If we can get there, though, we're still busy dealing with these Reapers. The Reaper's still posing a threat. They want another Queen, but they will not get it.
Not quite.
Hear a wolf?
A wolf?
There was a wolf in game.
There was?
Yeah, it was like the Warcraft 3 like day-night cycle sound.
But it's day.
It is day. I think it was this guy.
Okay, Dark. Come on.
This little guy. I haven't even noticed him before.
Liote?
Yeah.
What a name. Think he's related to the actor? I heard it! I heard it!
Yeah.
I heard the wolf sound.
Yeah.
Yeah!
It was like a little wolf sound.
Yeah. It's very faint, but it's there.
There you go. He's a good boy.
Yeah. He's announcing time. Cycle.
There you go. As there's that Roach one that we spoke of. Again, because gases are so late, it's really not worth embracing Link speed this early on, just because it's so delayed. We need an army here and now, so Roaches are on the horizon here for Dark. And Clem can now embrace the mid-game here. We're getting into our 2-on-1 timing. Stim is almost done, and by the time it finishes, the drop is going to be across the map.
Indeed, it shall. Link speed did finish up a little bit early for Dark, but I mean, it's not that difficult to kite against Lings, even if they do have speed when you have Stim. Rotor only now finishing up here for Dark as well. My apologies. I thought Link speed finished up, but no, it didn't. I just made the assumption.
Yeah, again, that's why we're going Roaches, because we went gasless spot, because we get into the middle line, drones are going down, Link's unable to keep up, Roaches are not ready for this either, and we eviscerate the economy. This is game-ending damage. 21 drones go down at the same time. Reapers keeping the Roaches busy as well, and just like that, we are looking to claim an ace, or to make it to the ace match here. We even get another Queen.
Falling like so. Another Queen will go down. Great target firing coming up from Clem. Does lose a lot of Marines, but his mission, his objective has already been reached. I mean, it's not just that his objective has been reached. He's completed his mission. These Marines have completed their mission, and they got extra credit.
That was 21. You do not expect a 2-on-1 timing to get 21 drone kills. That was insane. Now, Dark is re-droning. You may think, oh, you know, we're okay. Like, Dark is still on a healthy worker count. Because of all this re-droning, his army is going to be that much smaller, he has less map control, and now expanding and taking another base is going to be a much more difficult task here for Dark. He's rotating over. Can we force a cancel? It looks like we can.
As we can see, yeah, no Stim being popped, the Roach is going to be arriving too late. So the cancel was forced. And now, we got 3 tanks. We got a full army of Marines. We have medevacs with plenty of energy, and there we go. There's a repair. I was going to say they're a little bit vulnerable for now. But now they're not.
Alright. The chat's... I don't know what's going on in the chat.
Is it math?
If Dark was in the Bible, his name would be Mark. If Yaka was in the Bible, he would be called Jesus.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Who's Mark?
Mark.
Which
He's
one?
Was he the tax guy?
I know
No, there was a tax collector in the Bible.
I know the book of
that.
Mark. I know that.
Yeah, I know Mark. Schlappy.
But true, we know Uber Thermal. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in the Bible.
Yeah. Mark was, you know.
He was
in there. No, that's... He's not the one who judges you. That's Peter.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Is he the one that judges? I don't know. I just... You tell me.
I know Chomsky. He's like, math explains everything, including my wife leaving me.
Oh no. Smosh, Fabio. Stark is amassing up his Roach Ravager, and all the tanks do siege up. One tank going to be going down, but we shell away at the Roach Ravager. Again, the idea here is to zone away the army from the hatchery to bring it down. Alas, Clem spots the Roach Ravager. He pulls back. Nidus into the main. Let's go.
Oh, huge Hail Mary coming out here from Dark. Oh, that's why Mark's the Mary guy. Anyway, yeah, huge Hail Mary, and it is forcing the army of Clem back. Safety tank being taken out, and the production starting to be camped. Clem has a decision to make. Does he defend or does he attack? He defends.
I mean,
trying to defend.
Clem, he was out of position. He's racing back. The Vials on the ramp. They do not quite connect, but they do delay the army. We take down the main base. The main base, it will fall. Likewise, came in more with the production. Eventually, Dark is going to be forced out of the main, but the damage has been done. Dark, he is back in this, very much so. He's looking to take this as well.
Indeed, he is. He's looking to take this, and he was able to trade all right with the army. I still like Clem's main army a little bit better than Dark's, but I mean, like you pointed out, Dark can actually fight this now.
He can actually fight this. More roaches flooding on in. Dark, he's going for a 3-base all in. 69 drones, nice, is all he does need. He's getting on top of the army. The tanks yet to siege up. The first one does. It gets piled down. 2 more tanks behind this. We do have a siege line here on the low ground, but the bio army, it melts. The boys are being pulled. There's almost nothing left here for Clem.
Yeah, I mean, we have 3 tanks, but they are in the low ground. It's a very disadvantageous position. Now we have 2 tanks on the low ground, which again, very disadvantageous position.
And with that, GG gets called. Dark with the comeback. He lost 21 drones to the initial 2 racks, or to the initial 2-on-1 drop. He lost 2 queens as well, and he was able to bring him back with an all-in. He caught Clem off guard and went for the Nidus. GG.
Holy hell, I cannot believe what we just witnessed there. Clem was about to prove that he would win with a 2-racks build on the low ground. But Dark, man, he had other plans. He was up against the ropes. Everything was stacked against him. He was on such a low economy after those 21 drones got taken down. He was not able to expand, not able to get his 4th base. He didn't even have that good of an army. His army was not looking that good, especially against the army of Clem that had, I think, 4 tanks and a whole bunch of Marines, which ordinarily would absolutely melt roaches, but he took a chance. He said a Hail Mary. He let Jesus take the wheel with that Nidus into the main, and he was able to take the game. GG. That was such a huge gambit coming out from Dark, but it paid off big time.
Yeah, honestly, when it came to Clem's move out on the right-hand side, that was a bit of a death march. If Dark was at home instead, then he would have struggled to survive and maintain his 4th base. He would have been forced further back, and then Clem would have taken it from there just because of his lead that he had. Instead, Dark, with the Nidus Storm, it caught Clem completely off guard. He raced back home. By the time he did, Dark already had control of the main base, and Dark, he was able to bring it back. Crazy stuff. Very impressive.
Absolutely insane. Yeah, GG. What a game we just witnessed.
What a game. Congratulations here. Dark will be this week's ESL Open Cup Asia champion. Clem had a good performance. He had a good run here, but this was a very chaotic series. We did not really get a single standard back and forth. The closest you can say was Oceanborn, but even then, there was a lot of chaos ensuing in Oceanborn as well, especially in the early game. So it was just not your standard tried and true ZVT. It was a dark one, and it was beautiful.
Oh yeah. Indeed, it was. And with that, unfortunately, I mean, it looks like vitamin D is good, but it can only take you so far. Yeah, and I'm trying to connect this back with the fact that Clem actually woke up at a normal time.
Yeah, vitamin D, the sun can be good, but dark can be better. I mean,
yeah.
Okay. But GG again. Thankfully, it was a back and forth. And honestly, if we had more standard games and more standard setups, and we were able to embrace the mid game and the mid to late game, I'm sure Clem would have had a much easier time and would have been able to get into his own game. But again, just some really unorthodox and very aggressive games overall here. Clem just was unable to really get comfortable.
Yeah, yeah. And he wanted to. He was trying really hard. He was setting things up specifically to get into a mid game with the double racks build, with the just kind of pseudo 2-on-1s that he was setting up. But I mean, it's just once again goes back to Clem's play style in a little way. Clem plays in such a way where he almost has to execute everything perfectly to succeed. I mean, that's just how. For some reason, that's just how he plays, and so Dark, to just mess him up a little bit here and there, disrupt his flow, was able to get massive results.
Oh yeah, very massive results. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Dark. With that will wrap up our ESL weekly broadcast for the day. I do apologize for those that maybe enjoy watching on YouTube. I did mess up and I did not go live on YouTube as we usually do, so my apologies. We will be having a rebroadcast on YouTube to make sure that the VOD is also there, make sure the content is there, so that is going to be happening in an hour. Basically, I have to download the VOD from Twitch and then just restream to YouTube. So it's gonna take a little bit for that to happen. It's gonna take a little bit for that to occur, but we'll get there.
But you know what? On the upside, on times where you would think, when ordinarily you would have to deal with not having any light, because it's normally when he sleeps, you can enjoy that. You can watch this twice if you were a Twitch viewer.
There you go. Double the ESL Asia.
There we go. That's math.
That is math. Yeah, do you have anything? Do you have anything you want to say before we head off the night?
Dinosaurs. We need more of them. We need more dinosaur movies.
Okay.
That's all I'll say. Get on it, Hollywood.
I think that's how it all started. I think the dinosaur talk is what kind of spiraled us out of control into...
Yeah, you know why the dinosaurs died?
Math.
They couldn't solve the math.
They could not solve the math. True, they didn't have calculators back then.
Yeah.
What could they do?
Or abascuses.
Yeah, they could.
Abacus? Abacuses.
No, you said it right. Yeah, you know what you said.
Abascuses, yeah.
They didn't have abascuses either.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. We're going to be heading off here for the evening. We'll be back tomorrow with ESL Americas. So plenty more content to come in the coming days, in the coming weeks. ESL Americas, Kung Fu Cup, WTL, Sparkling Tuna Cup, Code for Giants Cup as well. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. Thank you so much for all the subscribers we got earlier. Thank you so much. We do appreciate the support. Check us out on Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All things CranKy Ducklings if you want to support us, if you want to follow us. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, see you then.
Hasta luego.
Hasta la vista.
Ciao.
Bella.